It's too gorgeous of a day. Welcome to F&F Q&A. We're doing it outside this week. So we have just an absolutely gorgeous day in Chicago and wanted to get up here and enjoy it. I want to show you guys one of my favorite buildings. It's this one right here, Sears Tower. It's currently called the Willis Tower, but I'll never refer to it as that. It will always be the Sears. But it was constructed in 1973. It is 108 stories, stands 1,451 feet tall, and it was the tallest building in the world until 1998 when the Petronas Towers beat it. The reason that it's my favorite building, one is it just looks kind of awesome. It is not a very finesseful building. It is just a very strong and in your face. But the thing that every time I look at it, the thing that I get inspired by is if you check it out, it actually has 9 separate towers as its design. And if you see the rest of the skyline, some of those towers would in fact be some of the largest in the city or some of the tallest. The problem is that structurally, if they were to stand on their own, they would not succeed. They would topple over because the height to width ratio just doesn't work for architecture. So all 9 towers have to come together in order for the building to stand. And I think of that a lot when I think of our salons, that, you know, can you stand on your own? Of course you can. Will you be able to be as tall? Probably not. And so for us, I just love the concept of that building being an inspiration for our teams to come together, to work together, because by doing so, we all get to achieve more. So with that, a little inspiration from the beautiful city of Chicago, let's get into the questions. Ask away, it's F&F Q&A.
This owner wants to know, how do you set up trainings for older and newer team members?
This is a great question because I think that so many salons focus their education on getting our stylists from school to level 1, but then we tend to tail off from getting our team going from level 1 to level 2, from 2 to 3. And so what we do is, first off, we plan out the entire year's worth of education at the beginning of the year. At least 6 months, but we tend to do a year, so that way everybody understands this is what the schedule is going to be. In terms of the actual workshops, for us we're a little unique because we utilize our form and function seminars. And so for our level 1 stylists, we expect them to come to every form and function original at least once for the year, and every featured artist that we bring in. And they're expected to take both hands-on and demo. For our level 2 and level 3 stylists, we start to allow them a little bit more freedom where they can pick and choose what demos they're going to take. They still have to come to the demos of every form and function original and the demos for every featured artist, but then they can start to choose which hands-ons they want to take. And I have found that this is great because it acknowledges the fact that our team that is growing has grown their knowledge. They don't need to take the same basics that our level 1 stylists are, but it still encourages them to take more and lets them invest their time into things that they want to learn and not the things that I'm telling them that they have to learn.
This stylist wants to know, when writing your salon menu, do you list all color techniques such as color melting, ombre, balayage, etc.? And how do you price them?
Solid question, and thank you so much for this. I sometimes will look at other salon menus, and I came across one here in the city. It's right, no, I'm just kidding, it's not right there. I was looking at their color service menu, and I think that when we get into listing out the techniques, we can go a little overboard. They had 72 different options on their color menu. From color touch-up with highlights, color touch-up with half-head highlights, color touch-up with 1/4 head highlight, and it was just like, you lost me. So I would say, in terms of the things that you want to put out on there, I would definitely suggest putting on at least something to convey the fact that you can do said techniques. If you look at our menu right now, it's fairly basic. We've got color, partial highlight, full highlight, mini highlight I think is on there as well. But what we're going to introduce shortly is a handcrafted hair color menu as a way for us to be able to highlight, no pun intended, but showcase the fact that we can do color melts, balayages, baby lights, all sorts of different things. And so we'll be able to express that with our new menu. In terms of the pricing, there's no way without looking at your individual business that someone's going to be able to tell you this is exactly what it should cost. I know the cost for us and where we're going to be. Our partial highlight is $95, and all of our new handcrafted menu, you're going to see probably about a 10 to 15% increase on those services. Since they are popular, they're new. But I know our cost of the service. I know our product cost. I know our employee cost. I know what our operating costs are, and I can factor all that into my pricing. But nobody that doesn't know those is going to be able to tell you exactly what you need to charge. So I don't have an answer for the second one, but I would say for the first part, put what you need to on there without overwhelming the guest, and let them know that you can do certain techniques and trends so that they'll want to come back and see you.
This owner would like to hear more about your reasoning for paying for Yelp advertising. What benefits have you experienced since paying for it?
This is a great question because yes, Yelp is a free platform. It's one of my favorite platforms. So much attention is put on social media and social marketing, but I love Yelp because it is social referrals. It is one of the biggest drivers of in-salon traffic. At least for us, I can tell you it's our number one. So if it's my number one, that's where I feel like I should invest the money. We don't really do much of any paid advertising or paid placement other than Yelp. And the benefits that I have seen is increased exposure. Increased exposure means increased attention. Increased attention means increased people coming to the salon. In terms of the benefits that you get, well, I think one of the misconceptions is that you get to like delete people's bad reviews or things like that. That's not true. Like that's not a thing. Or that it somehow retains better reviews for you. Also not a thing. Paying for it does not change the algorithm. But what you do get to do is you can build video into your profile, which is more engaging than photos. You get a sales rep, you get a call to action button. These are all benefits to help garner people finding you, discovering you, and then coming in to see you. You would really have to check what is the Yelp culture like in your city though before deciding if you want to do this. For us in Chicago, nobody goes anywhere without Yelping it first. I don't care if it's a salon, a dentist, dry cleaners. You don't do it if it's new without going to Yelp first. So for us, it makes sense. But I was talking to a salon owner in Indiana, and Indiana just doesn't have a Yelp culture. Nobody uses these tools in the same way. So if you're going to end up spending $500 and no one's going to see it, well then that would probably be a waste of money. So those are the benefits, and that would be the reasoning, but you're going to have to look into your own numbers and see, is it really something that we need to spend money on? Because if it's not, then don't. This was episode 51 of F&F Q&A. A couple of things that are coming up that I want to share with you is we are going to be doing a bit of a road trip with two of our classes. We are going to be coming to Michigan in July, and we're going to be going to Ohio in September, and we're going to be bringing our design and our email workshop. So it's going to be a 2-day weekend, both trips. Design's purpose is to allow you to understand how to design and express your creativity. We're not teaching you haircuts, we're teaching you how to cut hair. With that, we also are giving you our design philosophy for our guest experience and what we use in our salon and what has worked for us to grow. And email is the same concept. We're going to be giving you the tools that you need in order to be able to create men's haircuts specifically for your guest and not just simply number 2 on the sides and the 3 on top, because it's not McDonald's. And we're also going to give you our men's marketing program. So if you're in those areas, we would love your support. We'd love to see you. This is the first time that we're traveling with these classes. And so the more people that we see out on the road, the more exciting the classes are going to be. So with that, drop your questions in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next episode. I just got hit in the face with that damn fuzzy.